Hi, welcome back to Internet Client Engineering. In this video, we're going to look at another aspect of requirements analysis when designing a website, and that is to look at tasks. In particular, we want to look at the business function for the website that we are building. In another video, we saw that we need to think about the user when designing a website. In this video, we aim to highlight the need to think about the business function of the website when designing the website. That is to think about the tasks that you want users to do via the website. The idea here is to do a task analysis and then to develop a conceptual model of the system that reflects the tasks you want users to do via the website. Then some style guides are developed so that the pages of the site follows particular conventions. Then particular usability design goals might also be established. For example, you want users to be able to buy a product using your website within 2 clicks and so on. So you got to design it in such a way that you can support purchases with no more than 2 clicks, for instance. Or in the case of Amazon, they have the 1-click feature. That's driven by a business goal, as well as a goal that relates to usability design. Then, particular training and documentation needs for the users might also be discussed with users. Depending on how complex the website is, you might need documentation and manuals and so on. Take, for example, the carsales.com.au website. The business function is to enable its users to buy cars, sell cars, as well as create and manage ads. This is quite clear from the homepage itself. If you just look at the homepage, these different tasks that you can do: search, sell, manage, and create ads. They are all upfront. So to capture the business needs of the website, we have direct methods and indirect methods. What are direct methods? Direct methods are methods for engaging the user directly. What is listed here are methods from workshops to focus groups, where the website designers can interact with potential users and with the client, of course, directly in order to understand business needs and tasks. Now, one important method here, which we'll come back to later on, is user interface prototyping. And there are many different ways to do prototyping. And prototyping is related to the idea of agile software development methods. Agile in the sense that you develop a prototype, you show that to the user, you get feedback, then you revise a prototype, maybe even throw it away and redo a new one. Then show the new prototype to the user, get the feedback, modify or adapt the prototype, and then show that to the user and so on. So many releases. So prototyping will be an important idea to keep in mind. Indirect methods are used when users are not quite identifiable or are not available for direct engagement. I won't go into details of each of these methods below, but when you look at it, you can get an idea that all involve indirectly obtaining information from people without knowing who they are exactly. So if you look at a trade show, or you look at online questionnaires or online surveys, very broad kind of reach, but not particularly targeting anyone. So you have this idea of a task analysis. So the idea of a task analysis is to discover or find out from the client what the tasks are. Often, the tasks might be broken down into subtasks, and the hierarchical structure of tasks and subtasks might then provide a hint for the structure of the website. So for example, each major task might correspond to a subtree or subsite of the website. And once we identify the tasks, for example, we have done a task analysis or user analysis, so we know what tasks the website aims to support, and we know who the users are. We are then ready to draft the website structure. So in object-oriented programming, you have the conceptual model of an object-oriented system. and we can capture this conceptual model using a class diagram, using a UML notation, and so on. For our website, you don't have the UML standard, but we are going to look at a consistent way, a notation for documenting the structure of a website. And this notation will be used by all ICE students. Design consistency is important, right? So that the website has a uniform look and feel, right? So what colors should be used, for example? What font should be used? What layout for each page, and so on. So if you've got a team of programmers and they're implementing different parts of a large website, let's say, there's a need to have a style guide or to have a design standard that will be used throughout the entire team. So here's an exercise. If you go to the La Trobe University website, see if you can reverse engineer the website to extract a set of design guidelines for the website. See if you can do that. Now, once we have come up with a design standard and style guides, which should be done in consultation with the client, we then need to document the design that we develop. And we, of course, need to document the design guidelines itself, and then we need to document the design, showing that it does follow the design guidelines. We might also try and establish a set of usability goals related to the business function of the website. So, for example, the website should enable frequently asked questions or frequently done tasks to be easily available and to be presented upfront. Other secondary tasks and questions could then be given, but given less prominence on the website. Here's another example. If you have a retailer website, popular items, for instance, should be easily visible, easily accessible. Right? One can buy those popular items a lot more easily. You might also want to establish some guidelines for usability evaluation. And later in the subject, we're going to look at web usability testing methods, where these web usability testing methods might be used at design time, might also be used after developing a prototype to evaluate the usability of the website that we want to have. What about training and documentation needs? In particular, when we do have a very complex website with very complex functions, we may need a video training, we might need manuals, and so on. Right? But for simple websites, that's not needed. Previously, we looked at the user categories and user subcategories. Right? We want to learn about the user. This video emphasized the need to learn about the tasks. So we can then structure our website according to the set of tasks and subtasks that the website needs to support. For instance, for each major task, you might have a subtree of the website, and then sub-tree for the subtasks and so on. Or you can structure the website according to user categories and user subcategories. So for each user category, you may have a subtree or subsite of the website. So tasks and subtasks, user categories and user subcategories. So you can structure your website according to two kinds of hierarchy of tasks, hierarchy of users. And some websites use both.